Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Everything is awesome when we're living our dream. Everything is better when we stick together. Side by side, you and I gonna win forever. Let's party forever. We're the same, I'm like you, you're like me. We're all working in harmony. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Everything is awesome when we're living our dream.
3, 2, 1, go. Have you heard the news? Everyone's talking. Life is good cause everything's awesome. Lost my job, it's a new opportunity. More free time for my awesome community. I feel more awesome than an awesome possum. Dip my body in chocolate frosting. 3 years later I shot the frosting. Smelling like a blossom. Everything.
What's up everybody, it's me DP, welcome back to more LEGO Dimensions. In the last episode, we finished things off at 1885 Hill Valley. We defeated Lord Vortek in the boss level of that video. Or that episode, I should say. And for this episode, see why I have a certain character out here with a blue lighted gun. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. And we also have a little small machine right over here. It looks like we got some spending to do. Yes, today's episode is gonna be featuring the sentry turret. Luckily, we have a lot of studs already saved up. And here's the next upgrade. I'll just go through this really quick. Luckily, we have enough gold bricks to purchase this guy, which will help us out with a silver Lego blow up. So before we get into today's episode, some upgrades. Alrighty, I think now we're done. So before we get to today's episode, I want to go back to the Future. 1 second there, folks.
You look like you could use some help. Here, let me take pity on you. Hey there, I dug out some information you might find useful. Don't worry, you can thank me later.
Now where am I? Man, I can't keep up.
I just can't get enough of those gateways.
If we can harness the lightning and channel it into the time travel machine, it'll supply all the power you can need. All you need to do is connect these cables, Marty. Then, when the lightning strikes, it'll travel straight down into the machine.
Sorry about
Hey
that,
there,
folks.
I dug out some information you might find useful. Don't worry, you can thank me later.
I have to do with this.
Alright, folks, I'll be right back. Guess what? I was able to use the brand new flying turret to destroy that silver Lego object, which is awesome. So now we can resume going to the Enchantment by the Sea dance. again is Mr. Plow. Yep, that's all the singing I'll be doing. Alright, so we go along this way. We'll be able to make it. And there is the... there's the mini kit. And that's how you rescue Lorraine, Marty McFly's mom. We need a Marty McFly to get into the world.
Stuck, huh? Don't worry, you're only human. Or maybe some kind of mammal. I can't tell.
And unfortunately, we don't have Aquaman just yet. So we can't do any summoning to Atlantis.
Hey there. I dug out some information you might find useful.
Hold
Don't
down
worry.
square to fire water and fill spray fill switches. We can hire Krusty here, except that we don't have enough studs. And by the way, the music that you're hearing in the background, Earth Angel, which is a classic tune that featured in Back to the Future. They also featured the hit jazz song Night Train, and of course, Johnny Be Good. I gotta do this. Oh yeah. Doesn't look like that we could play Johnny Be Good on it. Oh, wait a minute. Alright, Batman.
I'll have to analyze this properly later.
Now we might for a higher hero.
It seems I'm not the hero you deserve or need, so I'm going. Goodbye.
We got a lot of studs out of that too. Still pretty cool. like a rainbow thing, and unfortunately that's for Unikid. Alright folks, so unfortunately we have to cut our dancing short. And see you back outside in Voltron. Voltron. But first we'll bust that. Get a few more studs.
E.T. phone Batman.
So yeah, there's one more thing to do here at Back to the Future before we head it back. This was a where you can find a broken computer. E.T. can fix computers, and we can go and get a whole bunch of studs. Alright, now I'll see you guys back at Voltron. Now I'll see you back at Voltron. Alright folks, we are back. And we're finally done with the Back to the Future area levels. So now we're gonna try the meat and potatoes of this episode. We're heading to Aperture Science. Aperture Laboratories, to be exact. Yes, folks, we are doing the level based on the hit video game series Portal. Now, Portal was first created back in 2007.
Well, look who's back. You must love science almost as much as me. Which is good news because I've almost finished rebuilding the test chambers after Wheatley's incompetence.
Hello? Did someone say my name?
You.
Hiya! Yeah, it's me. Do you mind me saying, I love these new blue portly things. They're yours, right? Anyway, I've been on quite an adventure. Look at this, I even got fitted with anti-gravity! Check this out, I can move up, and I can move down, opposite of up, look at that, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Left and right probably as well.
Be quiet.
Oh dear, someone booted up on the wrong side of the BIOS this morning, if I'm not mistaken.
You test my patience.
Well, as I don't really know how I got back here, what we should do is crack on with these tests and try and retake over the... escape. By that, what I mean is escape. Just escape. Let's get going.
Alright, so I actually have never really played this game myself. I'm more of a Super Mario fan, but I did do some research on it. And that's how I found out that this one was ported back in 2007. And the original game and the sequel were made both for PC and for console, especially Windows and the PlayStation 3, which was the generation that just came before the PlayStation 4, where we're playing LEGO Dimensions right now. And the voice that you heard was the voice of, I guess, Constance, the small little robot guy, with the British voice actor. And GLaDOS. Basically, the premise of the game was a puzzle-solving platformer. Which basically involves Chell or Cell, which is the character that we're controlling right now. Cannot destroy that. And there we go. You basically have to create portals for you and items to teleport through to help you solve the puzzle. Like, for example, this one.
You look like you could use
Pick
some
up the
help.
crate
Here,
and then
let me
place
take
it
the
down on the cube switches. Because as you can can see, the portal doesn't really, the switch doesn't really work. I do have the crate. Hang on one second. And I actually put it on the wrong base. So hang on a second there, folks. I'll be right back. Sorry. I had the mic muted there. Sorry about that, folks. I just had to re-tag the crate. I gave it some upgrades. And we should be good to go now. So yeah, so Portal 2 actually takes place within the universe of another hit video game series, Half-Life. That series was basically... about a person that had to escape an alien invasion. And those same aliens happened to ruin this place, Aperture Science, which was according Aperture Science, which according to I think the plot of the game, at least the setting of the game, this is located in Michigan.
And open sesame.
There we go.
We really are quite the formidable team. I got the brains and the beauty, and you're also involved.
Oh, and by the way, folks, one more little tidbit in Back to the Future. One of our viewers noted in the last episode that the Back to the Future, when we fought the Lord Vortex, the Back to the Future timeline, little time zone. Well, when we went back to the future, we actually went further back, further into the future in 1985. We actually went back to 2015. The setting for Back to the Future Part 2.
Did I mention I'm still getting around to cleaning the facility up after Captain Moron nearly blew it up with his stupidity?
So, still a bit bitter about that, are we?
Alright, so let's see. So Portal 2 is a platforming, puzzle-solving game, just like, well, kind of like Legend of Zelda is with their temples and the shrines. It kind of takes place in the future, after the events of the game Half-Life. And even though the game itself is within the Half-Life universe, they only make mentions of references to Half-Life through... well, I'll grab that one. They only make references to Half-Life, try to little nods of the game. Place a sentry turret by pressing square near turret switches to cause them to shoot them automatically. Looks like we're gonna need the sentry turret that we used blow up the silver Lego object.
That thermal discouragement beam is not part of this test. Please disregard it.
Alright, there we go.
It appears that your ability to solve simple tasks has not deteriorated. You must be very proud of yourself.
Ugh! Remind me not to do that again.
Alright, let's see the look. There we go. Alright, so I think I'll do one more test, because I was supposed to do
Yeah, someone
this
else
level
should probably
earlier.
take a look at this.
after the enchantment after the sea dance. Well, like I said, we had to re-tag the crate, and I gave it all of its upgrades. There we go.
Well, isn't this just like old times? You testing, me hating you. Ah, memories.
Yep, that GLaDOS. I also gotta say, GLaDOS is a mean AI there too. There we go. So the sentry turret will keep shooting that. Well, we keep shooting that. Oh, did not want to do that. Press X to jump into excursion funnels and ride the current. Yep, the weaponized companion crate.
That over there looks interesting, doesn't it? I mean, I would point it out, but you know, no arms, discussed it.
Aperture Science cannot be held responsible for anything occurring as a result of leaping aimlessly into excursion funnels. These include, but are not limited to, missing limbs, unconsciousness, and in some extreme situations, thinking you can escape the testing facility.
Hey there. I dug out some information you might find useful.
So let's
Don't worry.
need a certain character to deflect it at the Yep, so the little guy can help us out from Vorton. There we have a crate here. There we go, another test down. So this is gonna conclude today's episode.
Look at us, eh? Like old times, completing test chambers together and doing other things together. Yes, sir. The old band back together, back on the road, playing the hits, talking to the groupies, and you know, just talk. One quick question: are elevators meant to do that? It's just I've not had much experience with them on account of not having fingers for any button pressing, which seems quite fundamental if you want to move a lift. Elevator. I don't have enough anti-gravity for both of us. Oh, bother. Cheers. Thanks for catching me.
Oh, you were in that elevator. I must not have got around to fixing that one yet. Oops.
Oh. Old aperture. Oh, we gotta get out of here. I heard this place is full of vicious birds.
Dave Johnson here. Remember me? CEO. I kinda own this place, and by extension, you. Anyway, here at Aperture Science, we want to push you beyond your limits in order to further mankind's potential. Speaking of which, we also went beyond our bank account's limits, so until I can secure us a small multi-billion-dollar loan or government grant, just pretend that any leaking pipes or broken platforms are all part of the test.
That sounded like J.K. Simmons, aka J. Jonah Jameson from Spider-Man. He's also the farmer's insurance guy in those farmer's insurance commercials. Alright folks, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed them, please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new for more cool DB YouTube videos. And we'll see you all next time for more fun videos. And next week for more LEGO Dimensions. Take care everybody. And let the portals be with you.